feeling overwhelmed. These 10 Stoic lessons can help you stay calm. And these aren't abstract lessons from some 2,000-year-old text. They're practical tools that you can use right now in this very moment to feel grounded. So let's get into it. Lesson 1. You are not your emotion. The Stoics believe that our emotions are like the waves crashing onto the shore. They come and go, up and down, but they don't actually move the shore itself. Similarly, our emotions don't define us. Sure, we all have feelings of anger, sadness, fear, anxiety, and yes, even joy and excitement. But these emotions are just that, feelings that pass. The real you is the part that observes these emotions from a distance, the part that can choose how to respond to them. So next time you're feeling overwhelmed, remember you are not your emotions. Take a step back and observe them without judgment. Once you do that, you'll see that they don't really have power over you. Lesson 2. Focus on the present moment. One of the most helpful things I learned from the Stoics is that you should focus on the present moment. In the big picture of your life, this moment is tiny. It doesn't even make a blip on the radar. On the other hand, in this moment, your whole life is contained. Every possibility, every opportunity, every challenge, everything is here right now. So don't get lost in the future or dwell in the past. Focus your attention on the present moment because that's where your life is happening. That's where you have the opportunity to be fully alive. Lesson 3. Expect hardship. As we plan our lives, we naturally expect things to go smoothly. We think that if we study hard, we'll get good grades. If we work hard at a job, we'll get a promotion. If we put in the effort, we'll succeed. But life rarely works that way. People lose their jobs after working there for decades. Athletes lose championships despite being the favorites. Plans fail even when all the preparation has been done. Of course, sometimes our efforts will be rewarded and we will succeed. But we shouldn't expect that to happen all the time. As Epictetus said, life is full of ups and downs. It is up to you to decide how to react to them. So don't be surprised when things don't go as planned. And when that happens, which it will, don't be discouraged. Instead, take a deep breath and focus on what you can control. Lesson 4. Accept what you can't change. One of the most important things that the Stoics taught me is that there are many things that are beyond my control. When I first started practicing Stoicism, I would get upset at all sorts of things that were out of my control, like the weather, other people's opinions, and events in the news. But over time, I've learned to accept these things and focus my energy on what I can control. For example, I can't control the fact that my hair is brown, or that I'm an inch shorter than I was last year. But I can control how I respond to those things. I could choose to embrace my natural hair color, or I could choose to wear a hat. I could choose to focus on the fact that I'm not as tall as I used to be, or I could choose to appreciate that my body is still strong and healthy. Ultimately, it's up to us to decide what we focus on. So why not focus on the things that are within our control? That's the only way to truly be happy and at peace. Lesson 5. Train your mind daily. Just like we train our bodies by going to the gym, we need to train our minds if we want to be strong and resilient. What does that look like? Well, for me, it means spending time in meditation, journaling, and reading books on Stoic philosophy. It also means talking to friends and family, getting outside and enjoying nature, and taking care of my physical health. All of these things help me to become more mentally strong so that I can deal with whatever challenges life throws my way. And the best part is that anyone can do it. It doesn't require any special equipment or training. You just need to make a commitment to yourself to show up every day and do the work. And trust me, it's worth it. When you strengthen your mind, you'll be able to handle anything. Lesson 6. Control your desires and aversions. One of the key principles of Stoicism is to focus on what you can control. And one of the things you can control is your reactions to external events. We often get upset at things that don't actually matter. We worry about things that are out of our control. And we desire things that we think will make us happy, but ultimately won't. The Stoics teach us that we can avoid a lot of suffering by simply focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and our actions. So next time you feel overwhelmed, take a step back and ask yourself, is this in my control? If the answer is no, then let it go. Focus on the things that you can actually influence and let go of the rest. It's easier said than done, but trust me, it's worth it. By focusing on what you can control, you'll find that you're much less likely to be overwhelmed. You'll be able to stay calm and level-headed in the face of any challenge. Lesson 7. Be grateful. I know it's cliche, but it's true. Being grateful is one of the best ways to feel better when you're overwhelmed. Gratitude is a powerful emotion. that can help you focus on the positive things in your life, instead of dwelling on the negative. When you're grateful, you're less likely to complain or feel sorry for yourself. You're more likely to see the good in every situation, and that makes you happier. So next time you're feeling overwhelmed, take a few moments to reflect on all the things you're grateful for. This could be something simple like having a roof over your head, or something more complex like having loving friends and family. By focusing on the positive things in your life, you'll start to feel better in no time. Lesson 08. Rehearse setbacks. When we think about the future, we tend to be optimistic. We imagine everything going according to plan, but the reality is that setbacks are inevitable. Things will go wrong, plans will change, and people will disappoint us. The Stoics recognized this, and they developed a practice called negative visualization, or rehearsing setbacks. This involves imagining worst-case scenarios so that you're prepared for them. It's not exactly fun, but it is helpful. When you rehearse setbacks, you learn to focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. You also become more resilient in the face of adversity, and you're better able to bounce back from challenges. Lesson 9. Live well, not perfectly. The Stoics believe that we should always strive to be better, but they also understand that we're human and we're bound to make mistakes. In fact, they believe that making mistakes is actually a good thing. It's through our mistakes that we learn and grow. So don't be so hard on yourself. Don't let the pursuit of perfection paralyze you. Instead, focus on living well, make the most of every opportunity, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. That's what it means to be a Stoic. And lesson number 10. This too shall pass. This is probably the most famous Stoic quote, and it's also one of the most helpful. Whatever you're feeling right now, whether it's happiness, sadness, anger, or anything in between, it won't last forever. Good times and bad, they're all temporary. So don't dwell on the negative or get too caught up in the positive. Instead, focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Remember, this too shall pass. So there you have it, 10 Stoic lessons to help you stay calm when you're feeling overwhelmed. Pick one to practice today and tell me how it goes in the comment. And if you want more Stoic wisdom delivered straight to your inbox every week, subscribe to our newsletter. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.